Have you ever noticed how werewolf tales and transformation themes in pop culture seem to interconnect?
Definitely. It's fascinating how these themes explore the idea of identity and change. Take The Incredible Hulk, for instance, where anger triggers a transformation, much like in classic werewolf stories.
Exactly. The Hulk is like a modern take on the werewolf legend, transforming into something more monstrous due to uncontrollable emotions. It's a powerful narrative tool.
And compare that to Turbo Teen, where Brett Matthews morphs into a car instead. It's such a quirky spin on the transformation tale.
Right? It's as if the theme of transformation is a versatile metaphor for human experience and challenges. Our leads in these stories often struggle with their dual nature, like trying to balance their human and monstrous sides.
There's a depth to that duality. I mean, look at David Kessler from An American Werewolf in London. His transformation is iconic because it's painful, both physically and psychologically, truly capturing the horror of losing one's humanity.
His story really sets the gold standard. On the other hand, Ginger from Ginger Snaps uses her transformation to explore themes of puberty and empowerment, which adds a unique layer.
Agreed. Ginger's story is like a volatile mix of adolescence and raw power, much like Bruce Banner's struggle with the Hulk. It's like finding strength in what's perceived as a curse.
What about Marty Koswaf in Silver Bullet? His tale is a different spin, a young boy in a wheelchair becoming a hero in a conventional monster narrative. It shows that heroism transcends physical limitations, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Marty's determination and courage add a heartwarming twist to the werewolf genre. It really shines a light on how diverse the theme of transformation can be across different characters and stories.
And then there's Eric Cord from Fox's Werewolf series, embodying that classic 80s drama. Every full moon becomes this metaphorical and literal identity crisis.
Exactly, reminiscent of Brett Matthews' situation. These characters highlight the internal and external conflicts of transformations. It's almost as if they're struggling with a metaphorical full moon in their hearts.
Well put. The allure of this transformation theme persists because it reflects our own battles with identity and self-control. You know, thinking about all these characters, it's clear they face monumental internal battles. How do you think such stories affect their audiences?
I believe they resonate deeply because they symbolize personal struggles. The transformation is often metaphorical for emotions or experiences many people can relate to, like anger, fear, or growing up.
Exactly, it's like watching a visual representation of our own inner conflicts. Plus, transformation narratives often allow audiences to explore these themes in a safe environment.
And let's not forget the excitement factor. These stories blend action and drama with a touch of horror, keeping audiences on the edge of their seats.
True. There's an appeal to the unpredictability and the thrilling what-if scenario of turning into something else entirely.
So, do you think the popularity of transformation stories will continue to grow?
Absolutely. As long as people continue to seek stories about self-discovery and personal growth, these themes will remain relevant.
Well, it certainly shows no signs of slowing down. It will be interesting to see how future creators reinterpret these themes for new audiences.
Indeed. I'm excited to see new takes and innovations in how these transformative tales are told.
Agreed. Here's to more stories that transform our perspectives and take us on wild, thrilling journeys. Transformation tales have such a rich ground to explore, don't they?
Absolutely, they really offer a reflection of our own inner struggles and desires. Take Jimmy Myers from Cursed, for example. The way he deals with teen issues and the added layer of his werewolf transformation is like throwing Teen Wolf and the Hulk into a blender.
That's true. It taps into that duality of adolescence, a time when you're trying to find your place while also managing newfound powers or responsibilities.
And Scott Howard from Teen Wolf also embodies that youthful spirit. His transformation is empowering rather than painful. It's more about using what makes you different to your advantage, just like finding the courage to dunk a basketball.
Right, it's a feel-good take on lycanthropy for sure. It makes you think about how these stories can be more than just horror. They can be about embracing one's identity.
Speaking of embracing transformations, Captain Ryan's unit in Dog Soldiers shows how military precision adds a layer of strategic intensity to their transformation.
I know. It's like bringing together the elements of horror and action, creating something intense, almost like a survival game.
Then there's Eddie Quist from The Howling. He's a different breed altogether. literally enjoys his monstrous change and almost embodies the very things that go bump in the night.
He's quite terrifying. That joyful embrace of his beast form is both fascinating and horrifying. It's almost like a cautionary tale of what happens when you let go of humanity completely.
Indeed, his transformation is so grotesque and iconic. It reminds me, too, of Bigby Wolf in The Wolf Among Us. He's part detective, part werewolf. A combination that bridges his animal nature with a keen sense of justice.
Exactly, a very noir twist to the transformation theme. You're right, these stories pose interesting questions about identity, community, and the struggle to control or unleash different parts of oneself.
And in doing so, they connect on a level that's both personal and universal, one that reminds us that the monsters we face are often closer than we think. Werewolf stories and transformation narratives often share this incredible intensity, don't they? It's like experiencing a roller coaster of emotions alongside the characters.
Absolutely. The stakes are always so high because the transformation can be both a gift and a curse, like in the case of Scott Howard from Teen Wolf.
True, Scott's transformation empowers him to excel but also creates social challenges. It turns school life upside down, adding a relatable twist to the classic werewolf tale.
It's a great example of transformation as a coming-of-age metaphor. It's fascinating how these stories can range from horror to comedy while still exploring deep themes.
Exactly, and that versatility is what keeps the genre fresh. Even in Dog Soldiers, the extreme transformations in a military setting make for a unique and compelling narrative.
Yes, those military werewolves redefine what it means to be part of a squad. It's like blending survival horror with an intense brotherhood theme.
And then there's Eddie Quist from The Howling with his grotesque transformation. It reflects a darker side of the genre, focusing on the monstrous and terrifying aspects.
Eddie's character provides an eerie exploration of what's lurking beneath the surface in human nature, much like the psychological depth in other transformation stories.
Right. And let's not forget Bigby Wolf from The Wolf Among Us. He's another fascinating character blending detective noir with werewolf lore.
Bigby's character merges these elements seamlessly, offering thrilling narratives filled with moral complexity. It's impressive how varied werewolf stories can be.
Switching gears a bit, how do you think the transformation trope has evolved in pop culture over the years?
It's definitely become more nuanced. Initially, transformations were often portrayed as monstrous and scary, but modern interpretations offer a more complex view, exploring the idea that our perceived, monstrous, sides may hold power and depth.
Oh, absolutely. It reflects a broader societal understanding of identity, doesn't it? Like how Ginger Fitzgerald's story in Ginger Snaps addresses both the horror and empowerment of change.
Yes, Ginger's narrative mirrors that ongoing dialogue. It's about acknowledging and embracing change instead of fearing it, a major departure from earlier tales where the change was something to overcome or destroy.
Right. Even when looking at characters like Scott Howard in Teen Wolf, the transformation becomes a means of self-exploration, rather than simply a source of terror.
I find that fascinating. It's like the genre is shifting from just being horror-driven to including more coming-of-age and self-discovery elements.
Exactly, it's about the journey of understanding oneself. It's almost like watching the evolution of the superhero genre, merging personal growth with fantastical elements.
Indeed. And it's interesting how transformation themes allow viewers to explore different facets of being human, like the fears, the doubts, and importantly, the hidden potentials.
It's an irresistible mix. The unpredictability of what lies beneath our ordinary facades makes for fantastic storytelling.
For sure. There's a perpetual intrigue in seeing how these transformations manifest and what they reveal about humanity.
You know, thinking about all these characters, it's clear they face monumental internal battles. How do you think such stories affect their audiences?
I believe they resonate deeply because they symbolize personal struggles. The transformation is often metaphorical for emotions or experiences many people can relate to, like anger, fear, or growing up.
Exactly, it's like watching a visual representation of our own inner conflicts. Plus, transformation narratives often allow audiences to explore these themes in a safe environment.
And let's not forget the excitement factor. These stories blend action and drama with a touch of horror, keeping audiences on the edge of their seats.
True. There's an appeal to the unpredictability and the thrilling what-if scenario of turning into something else entirely.
So, Do you think the popularity of transformation stories will continue to grow?
Absolutely. As long as people continue to seek stories about self-discovery and personal growth, these themes will remain relevant.
Well, it certainly shows no signs of slowing down. It will be interesting to see how future creators reinterpret these themes for new audiences.
Indeed, I'm excited to see new takes and innovations in how these transformative tales are told.
Agreed. Here's to more stories that transform our perspectives and take us on wild, thrilling journeys.